Hey artists, today we're going to draw and paint this cat holding a Valentine card. Make sure you have a pencil, an eraser, a Sharpie, watercolor paper, watercolor paints, a glass of water, paintbrushes, and a paper towel. It's important to have the correct supplies for this style of painting, especially the watercolor paper and the Sharpie. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is grab our pencils, and we're going to start with a big Valentine card. So we're going to draw this big heart. So a curved line down like this, and then the same thing on the other side. You want to leave some space around your heart so that we can fill in the details of the cat and the outside of the Valentine. So make sure it's not too big on your paper where you don't have any space. Okay, once we do that, we're going to go ahead and draw in the cat paws. So I'm just going to draw an oval, and then I'm going to draw this little hump like this. And we're going to go ahead and kind of just fill that in when we go to use our Sharpie, but you can erase this middle line here so that you don't get confused. And then we'll do the same on the other side for the other paw. Oval, and then just this little bump, and kind of swoop that around again, an eraser, and we'll take out that middle line. All right, we're going to go ahead with the cat's face. So for the cat's face, I kind of made it easy by kind of making a big oval shape like this that connect the two paws together. Like that. And then we're going to draw two ears on that big oval. So just two triangle shapes, 1 and 2. And then you can see I didn't put these lines right in here, like you can see over here. So we're just going to erase most of that line. You can leave a little bit hang over the ear there. Okay, so we have the cat's ears, and then we'll go ahead and draw kind of a squiggly, line like this to show the inside of the cat's ears. I also put a little bit of fur on this cat's head like that. You can see over here. We're going to draw two big eyes, 1, 2, and inside of those eyes I put in 2 highlights, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then a little nose, upside down triangle like that, and then a line down and 2 lines down like this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put these bumps around the heart. Actually, let's go ahead and draw the feet in first. That might work better. So for the feet, let's draw kind of a circle shape, and then we're going to add some bumps to it. So 1 bump, 2 bump, 3 bump, and then kind of a heart-shaped pad on the foot with 1, 2, 3 circles. Then you can go in and erase the extra lines that you have from the circles, or from the big circle, and also the heart back there. I'm just going to round my foot a little bit more. Wasn't very rounded. Okay, and then the other foot we can go ahead and do the same thing if you want, the same circle with a bump, 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 and then the heart-shaped paw pad and a circle, 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 and then erase any of those extra lines just so you don't accidentally put those in when we use the Sharpie. Okay. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do those bumps. So you can just kind of 1 bump, 2 bump. You can make your bumps as big or small as you want. We're going to do the same for over here. And you want to kind of keep the spacing the same, so your bumps aren't bigger on one side than the other. but it's okay if it's not perfect. Okay, so something like that. All right, and then we can go ahead and put our pencils down and grab our Sharpies. We're gonna go around all of those lines with our Sharpie. You can make some of these outside lines a little bit thicker and the inside lines, like the inside of the ear, a little thinner. Mouth can be thinner. And then after that, we can go ahead and move on to our next step. Okay, I think I'm done with my Sharpie, so I'm going to go ahead and take my eraser and we can erase any pencil marks that we can still see. So that one is for you guys. Thanks for hanging out for Valentine's Day. So we're going to go ahead and take our paper towels and our paintbrushes, and we'll go ahead and start painting. So you can go ahead and grab your brush, and we're going to start with the cat's head. We're going to start filling in with some water. Try to avoid this middle spot here that's pink, but we're going to fill in the ears and the face with some water. Avoid also the highlights in the eyes. We don't want to make those wet because then they'll get color in them. You can go ahead and pick what color you'd like your cat to be. I made my cat over there blue. Maybe I'll go ahead and make this one a little different and pick a different color. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I will go with, maybe I'll go with purple cat. So, or pink cat. Maybe I'll go with a pink cat. So I'm going to take my pink color, my dark pink color. You use whatever color you want, but we're going to take our color and we're going to start filling in the ear here. You can make it a little darker around the edges and around the face, and definitely behind this paw as we're going down the face, all along this heart here and the paws where there's going to be shadows. We want that darker. So I'm going to start dragging that up a little bit. Your paint should flow pretty easily if it's wet enough. If it's not flowing, that means you don't have enough water. So you can take some more water and just kind of blend that in. Again, avoid this part here with the inside of the ear because we're going to make that a pink color, a different pink color than I'm using right now. We're going to go up in the ears here. Again, along the edges, just kind of blend that in with some water. Okay, so now that I'm done with that pink, I'm going to go into the paws here, and I'm going to make this paw wet. And take my pink, and along the bottom, I'm going to make it darker. And then all around the edges, and then we're going to go ahead and blend that into the middle so it's lighter in the middle. Like that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the other paw. Fill it in with water. Darkest on the bottom, then around the top, and blend it in. You can find these watercolor paints that I'm using in my description. They're linked, as well as some of the other stuff that I use for my videos, like the paper and such, if you want to check that out. But you can use whatever watercolor paper or paints that you want to use. We're going to go to this bottom paw and we're going to fill this in with water. Let's avoid the inside of the little pads here, just like we did with the ears, because they're going to be the same color. So we're going to go ahead and just do the outside. We want it darker near the bottom, just like those other paws. And then also around the edges. And see that I'm kind of going around the different shapes And then it's just kind of filling itself in because the water makes it move around. And do the same thing with the other paw. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back in with that lighter pink now with the ears. That should be a little more dry up there. So I'm gonna take this light pink and fill in this little ear. You can kind of blend it in to whatever color cat you have. And then you can go ahead and do the same thing for the paws. I did make it a little tiny bit darker at the bottom of each of these spots. So like kind of like this, and then blend it up. I'm just gonna fill these in like this. All right, while we have that pink, you can see for the heart that this is mostly a white color, but it actually has some pink shadowing. So I'm going to take that same pink and I'm going to take a very small amount of it and I'm going to go along the inside edges of the heart. Just like this, you can see just the tiniest bit of pink. And that kind of creates like a shadowy look. And then you can go ahead and take your water and just go over it with water so that it fills into the bumps. And it'll be lighter on the outside edges. Okay. So something like that. And then we're going to go ahead and fill in the heart in the middle. I used red. You can use whatever color you want. I'm going to go ahead and stick with red for this part of my second cat here. I'm going to fill this in with some water. It's a big spot to fill. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my red color and I'm going to start along the bottom. We want it the darkest at the bottom here and behind the feet, the paws. So I'm going up the edges. Under these paws here. Okay, so I have all my edges kind of filled in. So I'm going to start taking some of that water and kind of move that all through the heart in the center. And it'll kind of blend in. You want to kind of keep your paintbrush going in the same direction so you can see that I'm kind of going up and down. I don't think I have quite enough red on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more. Okay, I think I'm good with that. All right, now for this cat over here, you can see there's a little bit of yellow in here, in the heart and on the paws and stuff. So I like to go back in with yellow a lot of times and just add some more color, and I only put a little bit of yellow where the sun might be hitting. So Right in here on the heart, I feel like the sun might be hitting here. Maybe along the edges just a little bit. You don't want to add too much yellow where you're making your heart more yellow than red, but you just want a little bit more color. I'm going to do the same with the cat's head, so I'm just taking the very smallest amount, going around little spots where I think the sun may hit, and then I just kind of blend it in, giving along these little bumps. You could put some. So then I'm going to just take my water and kind of take my brush, blend that in. I like to go in a circular motion with my brush. But you can see that just kind of makes the cat stand out a little bit more. Give it a little bit more color, makes it a little more bright. Oh, I think I forgot to fill in my cat's nose. So if you didn't do that, you can go ahead and, with that light pink, and go ahead and fill in the cat's nose too. The nose was so small on mine that I completely missed it. All right, I think I'm all done with my cat. If you enjoyed doing this art project with me, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to see when I release new videos. I would love to make art with you again soon. Most importantly, keep creating. I hope you have a very happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next time.